move on to a different class, which is more of the merchant. And how interesting that is. Merchants wore this thing called a cheongshan. Let me try again. A cheongshan. It was a long robe that was basically modeled after the scholars, so it gave them more of a I have a little bit of money in my bank account, if you get what I'm saying. Simple cloth and belts and minimal like decoration were just to kind of show like, hey, I have a bit of money, but I don't got all that. And of course it does depend on the type of merchant you were and what type of like business you've been into for a long time. If you're a new merchant or if you're old money, new money, you know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. They're more colorful colors, more than commoners would wear. They would have more simplified stuff, but like very light accents. Once again, for their colors of what they would wear for clothing, they would have more colors like indigo blue, dark green, gray, brown, along those lines, because it still was able to be useful and they would be more accessible to getting different dyes for their fabrics to be dyed. For example, merchants had a bit of wealth, so they were just like legally restricted by their class that they were in. So they had a little bit of money, but just they were paused on that. Why? Because people didn't really have a lot of respect for merchants because it was very greedy. Be like, they didn't really respect merchants because sometimes they would be shown as like a sin of greed, essentially. But that's like a whole other topic.